Bend the camera a little bit more. Your head's off.
You want it higher?
No, just bend the camera backwards. Everything else leave. Push it back. Yeah, that's 12. I just did the Atonement Service. We'll start by blowing the trumpet.
Also, if it could, usually during the Sabbath service, we would have the wine, but obviously, it's Day of Atonement, so there's no eating and no drinking, so that's why we ain't got the wine. Go ahead.
All right, so our Madiams need to stand, rise face to east, say the prayers up. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahawah, Malak Pavka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nafananawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak Nawa, Kabawaf Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawaf Nawa, Wala'ah, Tabaya Ainawa, Bonasaya 1. Abol, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahafapara, La'aiwa Lumyum, Aman.
In the English, our Father, art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven, give us this day, our daily bread, forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, for thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever, so be it. And the prayer for the power of the Ka, Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashai, Baba Kushah, Nafaninawa, Haka, Larapa'ah, Kal Makala, Wakal Madawa, Haka, Lataha, Hamatazarayim, Haka, Lahakuyam, Hamafyam, Haka, Arakawa, Hatama Allah, Lagarashan, Ba'ashem Yahawashai, the water Aman. In the English, Yahawah. In the name of Yahawashi. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. All manner of disease. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahawashi. Thank you. So be it. And the blessings, Barakatah Yahawah, Wa Yahawashai, Wa Mayaka Allah, Wa Alahayim, Mata Zabiya'ah, Allah Wap YAHANNA, Ha Allah Wapyam, Ha Saranyam, Ha Kwatazayanyam, Ha Kayayalyam, Wa Akwafyam, Yahawah, Wa Hashem Yahawashai, the water Aman. In the English, bless you Yahawah, and Yahawashi, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General YAHANNA, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters, Yahawah, in the name of Yahawashi, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121. Asha Ayanya, Al Hahayam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ayin, Yahawah, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'arataza, Al Yatan, Lama Wat, Regalka, Al Yanawam, Shamaka, Hanala'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamah, Yasha'ala, Yahawah, Shamaka, Yahawah, Tazalka, Al Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ayakayaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahawah, Yashamaka, Makal Rai, Yashama, Afna Pashka, Yahawah, Yashama, Taza'afka, Wabawa Aika, Ma'aitha, Wa'aid Iwalam, Aman. In the English, Psalms 121 in the English, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahawah. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot. To be moved.
He that keepeth thee,
he that keepeth thee,
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel,
he that keepeth
shall
Israel
neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is the shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is the shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth,
from this time forth
even forevermore.
and even forevermore. So be it.
So be it.
Psalms 83. Alahayim.
Elohim,
Al Damayalaka.
Adama Yikah,
Al Takarash.
Al Fakarash,
Wa Al Tashakwat.
Al Fashakwat,
Al
Al
Kayahana.
Kayahana,
Awab Yaka.
Awab Yikah,
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawan,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Al Aimaka.
Al Aimaka,
Ya'ayawamwa.
Ya'ayah,
Sawada.
Sawada,
Wayata.
Wayafa,
Yawa Aitazawa.
Yawa Aitazawa,
Al Tazapawanka.
Antazakawanka,
Amawa.
Amawa,
Lakawa.
Lakawa,
Wanyakakidem.
Wanyakakadam,
Magaya.
Magaya,
Wala'a.
Wala'a,
Yazaka.
Yazaka,
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yasha'ala,
Iwada.
Iwada,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nawa Aitazawa.
Yawa Aitazawa,
Laba.
Laba,
Lakadwa.
Lakadwa,
Al Yaka.
Alika,
Bayaf.
Bayaf,
Yakawafwa.
Yakawafa,
Alahayim.
Alahayim,
Adawam.
Adawam,
Wayashima Alayim.
Wayashma Alim,
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba,
Wahagayim.
Wahagayim,
Gabal.
Gabal,
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimawan,
Wa'aimalak.
Wa'aimalak,
Payashaf.
Fayashaf,
Aimishabya.
Amishabya,
Tazawa.
Tazawar,
Gum Ashawa.
Ram Ashawar,
Nalawa.
Nalawa,
Imam.
Imam,
Hayawa.
Hayawat,
Zarawai.
Zarawai,
Yabashya.
Yabashya,
Tazawa.
Tazawar,
Gum Ashawa.
Ram Ashawar,
Salakia. Labanya Lawat.
Labana Yawat,
Salah.
Salah,
Aishalaham.
Aishalaham,
Kamadyan.
Kamadjam,
Kayasara.
Kayasara,
Kayabyan.
Kayabam,
Banakal.
Badako,
Koyashwan.
Koyashwan,
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadra,
Bayandara.
Bayandara,
Hayawa.
Hayawa,
Daman.
Daman,
La Adama.
La Adama,
Shayatamwa.
Shayafamla,
Nada Yabmawa.
Lam Yabjiwam,
Ka'ira.
Ka'ira,
Wakazabah.
Wakazaba,
Wakazabak.
Wakazaba,
Wakatazal.
Wakatazam,
Manai.
Manai,
Kaunasaya
Nasu Kamwa,
Ashar.
Ashar,
Amawa.
Amawa,
Nayarashah.
Narisha,
Lanawa.
Nanawa,
Af.
Af,
Na'awaf.
Na'awaf,
Alahayim.
Alahayim,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa.
Shayafamwa,
Kagalgala.
Kakal, Lua,
Kakwash.
Kakwash,
Lapanya Raka.
Lapanya Raka,
Ka'ash.
Ta'ash,
Saba'aya Yara.
Aba'aya,
Wakalaba.
Wakala,
Talahat.
Salahat,
Hayam.
Hayam,
Kantaradapma.
Kanfaridatma,
Basa Iraka.
Basta Irika,
Wabaska.
Wabaska,
Wapafka.
Wapafka,
Saka. Sabalaham.
Wabalaham,
Malaham.
Malaham,
Panyaham.
Panyaham,
Kolawan.
Palawan,
Wayaba Kwashwa.
Abu Kashwa,
Shankar.
Shankar,
Yahawa.
Yahawa,
Yabashwa.
Bashwa,
Wayaba Awa.
Wiyaba Ara,
Ida Ai.
Ida Ai,
Wayakapawa.
Wiyakapawa,
Waya Abadwa.
Adi Badwa,
Waya Daiwa.
Wiyad the Ibra,
Kaya Ata.
Kaya Afa,
Shamkar.
Shankar,
Yahawa.
Yahawa,
Labadka.
Labaka,
Ayawan.
Aliwan,
Alkaha.
Alkahar,
Arataza.
Arataza,
Aman.
In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
And hold not thy
And
peace.
be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult.
thine enemies make a tumult.
They that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy
And
people.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
And have consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
come
come
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them off
from being the nation.
from being a nation.
That the name of Israel
That the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together
But they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles of
and
Edom
the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab
of Moab
and the Hagarenes
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal
Ammon,
and Ammon
Amalek,
and Amalek,
the
the
Philistines,
Philistines,
the inhabitants of Tyre,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
and so also joined with them.
Asher also will join with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the
as
Midianites,
unto the
as
Midianites,
to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kison,
at the brook of Kisan,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became a dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Areb,
Make their nobles like Oreb
and like Zeeb,
and like Zayeb.
yeah,
Yea,
all their princes as Zabah,
all their princes as Zubah
Zalmanah,
and as Zalmunah,
who said,
let us take
to ourselves
to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my power,
Oh my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as a stubble before the
as
wind,
the fire burner for wood,
as the fire burneth the
as
wood,
the flame sets the mountains on fire,
as the flame setteth the mountains on
so
fire.
persecute them with thy tempest,
So persecute them with thy tempest,
make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm,
with thy storm,
fill their faces with shame,
through their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name,
that they may seek thy name,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded,
Let them be confounded
and troubled
and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame,
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
whose
whose name alone is Yahweh,
name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high,
are the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth. Oh man, so be.
So be curses. Bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living,
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh,
listen to us now,
listen to us now,
right now,
send
send evils and curses,
evils and curses,
punishment and destruction
and punishment and
to
destruction
the heathen
to the heathen
that speak against us,
that speak against
by
us,
prophets,
by
the
prophets,
teachers,
the
the
teachers,
princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite brothers,
the Israelite brothers,
and the school,
and the school,
send evils
send evils
and curses,
and curses
punishment
and punishment
and destruction
and destruction
to the heathen,
to the heathen,
and shake loose
and shake
the
loose
treasure
the
of
treasure
the rich of Israel
of the rich of Israel
that refuse
that
to
refuse
give to the school,
to give to the school,
force their riches
riches
to enter into thy sanctuary,
to enter into thy sanctuary,
send evils
send evils
and curses,
and curses
punishment
and punishment
and destruction
and destruction
to the Edomites
to the Edomites
and the nations
and the nations
and their drug dealers,
and their drug dealers,
court system,
the court system,
prison
the
system,
prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned
all
Parenthood,
the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church,
Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
skinheads,
skinheads,
Postcomitazi, the
Pastikomatazi,
gay movement,
the gay
the
movement,
lesbian movement,
the lesbian movement, spies,
workers of witchcraft,
workers of witchcraft,
NASA space program,
NASA space program,
Army,
Navy,
Air Force,
Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet
and
the airways,
the airways,
cable access channels,
the cable access
and
channels,
the radio channels,
and the radio channels,
convict the spirit
convict the spirit
of any of thy people
of any of thy people
that seek to stop us,
that seek to stop
bring
us
swift destruction
and bring swift destruction
to all the heathen
to all the
that
heathen
stand in the way,
that stand in the
or
way
try to stop us
or try to stop
from
us
broadcasting your words
from broadcasting your words
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose
Let loose
all the plagues,
all the plagues,
cause them to go
to and fro
to and fro
through the
through the
earth
and consume them.
and consume them.
Let the plagues
Let the plague
shake the house
take the house
of the thief
of the thief
and the murderer.
and the murderer.
Let
Let Yahweh shine,
Michael
Michael,
and Gabriel
Gabriel
come down
come down
with the flying
with
saucers
the flying saucers
and punish all the heathens
and punish all the
that
heathen
come up against
that
us
come up against
to
us
speak thy word.
as we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known
Cause it to be known by all
that is the angels that have done it.
that it is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread
Cause it to be spread
through the media
through the media
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy
In
coming.
the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahweh shine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Always.
Always.
So be it.
So be it. You take a seat now, yeah? You put the camera down again, please. So are we ready for Leviticus, yeah?
Chapter 23, verse 1.
Should we read from Leviticus 23, yeah? Verse 1. Everyone get there in the Bible and stuff. So.
So as you know, this is one of the Lord's feast days, the Day of Atonement. And where do you find these feast days? In Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. So where do you find these feast days? In Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. So all the feast days in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, these are the feast of the Lord that you're supposed to keep. And this is why we're here doing the Day of Atonement, because what? The Lord said we must keep this throughout our generations. The Lord said we must keep this throughout all our habitation, wherever our habitations, wherever we are. That's why we're here keeping it today. Usually on what? Monday we would be doing the history class, but it's a Sabbath because all the Most High's holy days is what? Sabbaths. All the Most High's feast days is what? Sabbaths. These days is set apart from other days. The same way people out there that's not in the truth like to do what? Christmas is a set apart day for them. This is why every Christmas what happens, every shop's shut, all your supermarkets is shut. Everybody gets the day off work because what? They set that day apart, whereas the Lord requires us to set his days apart. And this is why we're here doing the Sabbath service. But go ahead.
Leviticus 23:1, yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
Leviticus 23:1, Wadabar Yahweh, Ow.
And there's certain words in the Hebrew that obviously not going to know every word, but things like the bar means what? To speak. So the bar means to speak. Go ahead.
Ow, La'amar, the bar, Ow, Banaya, Yasha'ala.
So Banaya Lasha'ala means what? The Lord, and the bar means what? The Lord's telling Moses to speak to what? The children of Israel. So that's what that means right there. And that's what we're reading in the Hebrew right now is what? The same language which was given to Moses. The same language which Moses was speaking back then, Hebrew. So the same words what we're reading in the Hebrew is how Moses delivered it. The Lord said what to Moses? The bar, which means what? To speak. Ban Yasha'ala meaning what? The sons of Israel. The bar Ban Yasha'ala meaning speak to the sons of Israel. That's how it was said in the Hebrew. But obviously, we did what? Went into slavery, lost our culture, lost our customs. So now we don't understand it. So now we read it in the English. And then once you come to the I.S.U.P.K, what happens? You learn Hebrew. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be fluent in it, but you learn Hebrew enough to understand, be able to understand what every 2-3 words means. So how Moses received it was in the Hebrew. Go ahead. And we're reading we're reading it in the Hebrew, and we're going to translate in the English. Whereas if we was in our own land, obviously we wouldn't need to translate because we would have our own language. But because we're in slavery under another nation which beat our backs and gave us their tongue, we learn English and they beat our tongue out of us. So everybody outside of this school, if you say to them the bar ban Yasha'ala, they're gonna be like, what are you talking about? They're gonna look at you like you're a madman. When really everyone outside here, we should be looking at them like they're mad because they're speaking another man's tongue and don't even want to learn their own tongue. Whereas in here we teach our own tongue. Go ahead.
23:1, yeah?
Go ahead.
23:2, it's like it. Yasha'ala, Wama Ratha, Alahayim,
And Alahaya means what? Powers. Alahaya means powers. So understanding that is very important because understanding what Alahaya means will help you understand John 1:1 and the context of Genesis. Because what people like to, if you don't know the original language, what people say to you is in Genesis, they'll be like, oh, when it says the Spirit of God moved upon the waters. No, what was the one to go to when it goes, let us? Yeah, when it says, let us make man, it just say, God said, let us, who's the us? Now, when you understand that the word means powers, which is plural, then you will understand why it said, let us make man in our image. You understand those communicating amongst themselves, the powers, the angels and so forth. Go ahead. And Kodash means holy, separate. Kodash means holy, separate. Go ahead.
Aliyah, Ham, Mawa, Idaya, Shashaf, Yamayam, for Aisha, Mala Akam, Waba Yawam, Hasha by Aya, Shabbat.
Shabbat means what? Sabbath. Go ahead.
Shabbathim, Makorash, Kodash, Kal, Mala Aka, La'a, for Aisha Wa, Shabbat, Hawa, La Yahawa, Bakal, Mawa Sha Bafikum, Alaha, Mawa Idaya, Yahawa, Makwa Ra'awa, Kodash, Asha, Takwa Ra'awa, Atham, Bama Ma'idam, Bakadash, Hara Shawan, Rabayawa, Aisha, La Kadash, Bayan, Ha'ai Ra Bayan, Pasak, La Yahweh.
And Pasak means what? Passover. Pasak means what? Passover. So that's the Hebrew word for it. Pasak. Go ahead.
Wabak, Masha, Aisha, Yawam, La Kadash, Hazar, Kagar, Hamatazayawaf, La Yahweh, Sha Shabba'itha, Yamayam, Matazawaf, Sa'akawa, Bayam, Harashawan, Makora, Kodash, Yahawa, Lakam, Kal, Mala Akafat, Mala Malaka, I Dabar, La'a, Sa'ai Shawan. In English.
Yeah, go ahead. And then that was the Hebrew. So now it's going to be read in the English. Go ahead.
And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast.
So it says concerning the feast. So this chapter is the feast of the Lord. It says, say unto the children of Israel concerning my feast. So now we're going to see what the Lord said concerning this feast. Go ahead.
Which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations.
Which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. A convocation is what? Where you gather together, man. A convocation is where you sit at home on what? Where you sit at home on the internet.
God.
A convocation is where you sit at home on the internet, thinking you know it all. So it's a separate convocation, man. Listen, just look at it like this. The Lord's feast days is what? Where you meant to come together, man, and congregate. Even Esau and everybody else knows on their feast days, what do they do? Come together and congregate, right?
God.
Do you think Esau on his birthday and everyone that follows after that lifestyle, do you think on their birthday they just sit at home on their own? Nah, man. They have a convocation. They have an evil convocation, man. Whereas the Lord's telling you have a holy convocation. Go ahead.
Even these are my feasts.
And now the Lord's going to tell us which are his feasts. So everything you're seeing here is his feasts, which means what? These are the feasts that you're supposed to keep. Go ahead.
6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is a Sabbath of rest.
So now it says 6 days shall work be done, and the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest. So what? 6 days you meant to what? Slave, work. And then the 7th day is your day off from your slavery. Read it from all it says is what? Work there, right?
6 days shall work be done.
6 days shall work be done. Now, people have read this and messed up this scripture, man. People read this and say, okay, this means I can't go to the gym. This means I can't hang my clothes on the washing line. This means I can't cut the grass. How is hanging clothes on the shopping line ain't work? Going to the gym ain't work. It says 6 days shall work be done. Now, if I say to someone, what do you do for work? If someone asks you, what do you do for work? You ain't going to say to them, I'll go to the gym and hang the clothes on the line. You ain't going to say, I'll go to the gym and hang the clothes on the line. Someone asks you what you do for work. What you're going to say is what? Oh, I work in Asda. I'm a car salesman. Really? Everyone who reads this precept knows what work means, because if someone asks them, what do you do for work? They give the right answer, like, oh, I'm a car salesman. You ain't never heard a man that you ask him, what does he do for work? And he says something like, oh, I watch TV. Listen, man, how is watching TV work? Everybody knows what work means, but when it comes to the Bible, they like to do what? Complicate it. When it talks about work, it's talking about your slavery, man. That's what it means by work. Same like if I say to you, oh, you need to take a day off from work. When I say you need to take a day off from work, I mean you can't watch the TV, you can't sit on the couch. Nah, man, ain't talking about that. Work is your occupation, man. Your slavery. Go ahead.
Khan. But the 7th day is a Sabbath of rest.
On the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest, man. Meaning what? At work, and it says the Sabbath of rest. And what do they call your days of work from your slavery? They call them rest days, right? They call it a rest day. But obviously, the rest day that they give you off from work is probably not on the Sabbath. It's just scattered all over, depending if you got a flexible schedule. But they give you rest days from work. Now you work 5 days a week nowadays, and then they give you 2 rest days. Now, on your 2 rest days, does that mean you can't go to the gym because that's considered? No, man. You can do what you like on them rest days because work is talking about your slavery. Go ahead.
Khan. And holy convocation, you shall do no work therein.
And it says, you shall have a holy convocation, meaning a gathering, you come together, and you shall do no work therein, meaning what? If it's your job to what? Sell food 6 days a week, you don't be selling food on your Sabbath of rest. It's your day off from that. It's your rest from that. It's your rest from your slave. Go ahead. Obviously, back then it would have been work, because you would have been 9 times out of 10, right? You would have been working for your own people. Nowadays it's slavery, because what? You're working for another nation that ain't yours. you're making them rich, and you're working for like what is it, £8 minimum wage, £8 an hour? Is it?
I don't know these days,
I mean, whatever it is, I'm on it, so I know what it is. It's £8 an hour. Minimum wage is £8 an hour. So you're working for £8 an hour, and really, the amount of work that they have you doing is what? At least £20, £30 an hour work, man. Go ahead. You deserve that rest day off, man. Go ahead.
It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings.
And in all your dwellings, whether you're in England, America, Brazil, Jamaica, Trinidad, go ahead.
These are the feasts of the Lord.
These are the feasts of the Lord. No matter where you are, man, these is his feast. Go ahead.
Even in holy convocation, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons.
Which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. Go ahead. Because the Lord gave us what? The seasons and the days when these feast days are. Go ahead.
In the 14th day of the first month at even.
And now it's gave you a date, the 14th day of the first month at even. The first month in biblical terms is what? Abib.
God.
The first month is Abib, which is usually falls either between March and April. The month of Abib, the 14th day of the first month. Go ahead.
Is the Lord's Passover.
So the 14th day of the first month is the Lord's Passover. And everyone knows what Passover is. When what? The death angels passed over our house and slaughtered the firstborn of every Egyptian. That's why it's called Passover, because they passed over our house. So that's what Passover is about. So the Lord's saying that's the 14th day of the first month is Passover. And when's Passover this year? April 9th. Passover this year is April 9th. So everyone should be saving from now to have their money ready so we can book our tickets. When was booking? Is it December, January? One of them.
I think January, you know.
January.
You know Now December, aim for December.
Aim for December. So everyone have their money to book your flight and money for December. I mean, usually before we're in the truth craft, by December we got all our Christmas money for the presents. So it's only right we have our money for the ticket, man. We ain't doing no Christmas, so it's only right. We have the money for the ticket. I mean, before everyone was in the truth, you had what? Christmas money in December to buy your kid a bike, buy the wrapping paper, buy the tinsel for the tree. You had money for the electric to leave the lights in the tree all night. You put the snowman on the roof and everything. You had all the money for that. So now, December time, have your money ready to book the ticket so we can book our rooms and our flight and we can make it to the Lord's 51st, right? Is it 51st? The Lord's annual 51st Passover. Go ahead.
And on the 15th day of the same month is a feast of unleavened bread.
So the day after that, once the sun goes down, is what? The feast of unleavened bread. Because in Egypt, what happened? We had to leave Egypt before what? We had what? Kneading troughs, but we didn't get to make our bread properly, so it didn't rise. So we had to leave in a hurry. Meaning what? We didn't have no time to prep, no time to make stuff properly, no time to make our bread right, no time to cook or nothing. We had to leave in haste. And that's why we eat unleavened bread. It's like a memorial, go ahead, of what happened when we left Egypt. So that's why we do it every year to remember our forefathers, and the Lord also told us to do it. Go ahead.
Unto the Lord, 7 days you must eat unleavened bread.
So for 7 days, you have to do what? Eat unleavened bread. Eat a piece of unleavened bread for 7 days. You have to eat unleavened bread. There's tons of things which is unleavened bread. Close to the time, we're going to have the list of what you can eat and what you can't eat. But some of these flatbreads that you see, got raisin agents in, which means you can't eat it. Like the ones in McDonald's and KFC. Also, fried chicken's got what? Breadcrumbs on it. Fried chicken's got breadcrumbs on it. No, some of them should be fine though, because we had some which was fine the last time it was out there.
You have to read the ingredients.
Yeah, you have to read the ingredients. So it's probably best you just make it yourself. At least you know what's in there. Go ahead.
7 days you must eat unleavened bread. In the first
and
day.
They say 7 days ye must, meaning you have to eat unleavened bread for 7 days. Go ahead.
In the first day ye shall have a holy convocation.
And in the first day is what? A holy convocation, where you come together, break bread. Go ahead.
Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High.
And back then we used to do what? Offer up what? Sacrifices. But now we don't offer up sacrifices because what? Christ died for us, and Christ was a sacrifice for us. He was the sacrificial lamb for us. So we don't do no offer up no burnt offerings. Also, you ain't got no altar right now to be offering up anything. All these Old Testament Israelites believe in sacrifices. Where's their altar? They ain't got no altar. Go ahead.
an offering made by fire unto the Most High, 7 days in the 7th month, is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
And there you go, say no servile work therein. Go ahead.
Come. Speak unto the children, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when you come into the land which I give you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then you shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the
And now this says you shall bring a what? A sheaf of your first fruits. Now, obviously nowadays, you wouldn't understand that because you ain't got no land and you ain't got no fruits. So you wouldn't understand that now because what, we in slavery, so you ain't got no your first fruits, meaning your best fruits and whatnot. You ain't got, you buy apples from Asda in a bag. You buy apples from Asda in a bag that comes with what do you do? What does it come with when people put it in hot water? With the wax on, you seen it?
wax, yeah.
You buy apples which comes with covered in wax and then you put it in hot water for all these experiments on the internet. That's how you get your apples nowadays. You won't understand the beauty of fruits and giving you first fruits because obviously you're in slavery. So this is new to us. Go ahead.
So I went to 10. Which we 10 in the Hebrew.
Go ahead.
I went 10 by some, all right.
No, sir.
Yeah, next time.
Bible.
You get to the bar. You get to the atonement. So if you have to rest on it, you'll be all right.
No, sir. What time is it? Because the Day of Atonement is in about, finishes about 32.
Hmm? The atonement's like the 40s.
Like about 32.
Yeah, no, so it's 29.
The bar al ban yasha ale wa maraf ala hayam kayaf bawa al karatiza ashar anya nafa lakom Nakwa Tazarafam Afa Kwataza Yara Wahabafam Af Aima Rashayaf Kwataza Yarakam Al Hakafwa wafan wapa afa ha'aima la panya Yahweh la ratas and the com mama karaf hashabaf yana yapanwa hakahan wa Aisha yafam ban yam hanya pakam afa ha'aima kabash famayam ban shanaf la ila la Yahweh when wana kafam shanya I sharanyam salaf bala wala bashamya asha la Yahweh rayak nayak lanasak yayawa rabba yaifa hahayan welcome. Wakwala Wakara Mala La'a for Ikalea Ida Yatazam Hayawam Hazaha Id Habaya Akam Afa Kwarabwa Alahayam Kakwaf I will Lada Rafyakam Bakal Masha Bafyakam with Saprafam Lakam Mama Karaf Hashabaf Mayawam Habaya Akam Afa Aima Hafana Wapa Abai Shabafwaf from a Yamfaf for Hayaya Nam Na.
Look at this.
This.
That's what read that for me. Then get into the class, right? When that's like, I won't take long. Can I get through it?
Where is it? This.
10.
Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them.
Again, we're going to get into the feast of the Day of Atonement, which is today. So I'm not going to take long on this. We're going to kind of breeze through it. All right. So the Lord speak to the children of Israel. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. Say, speak to the children of Israel. As you know already, man, this ain't a worldwide thing, man. It's not for everybody. It's not for all nations. The Lord speaking to one race of people, man. Say, speak to the children of Israel. Meaning, what is about to say in this chapter only pertains to the children of Israel, man. If I go listen, speak to Dungabar, tell him this. What I'm about to tell you only pertains to Dungabar, man. And the Lord's telling Moses to speak to the children of Israel. I don't know why Christians don't get it. I don't know why your pastor don't get it. I don't know why your imam don't get it. But it's right here in the Bible, man. In plain old good old English, man. Keep reading.
And say unto them, when ye be coming to the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof.
And the Lord's giving us instructions, telling us what to do when we're coming. We didn't have a land. We was in Egypt, man. We were slaves in Egypt, man. The same with the slaves in England today, in America today. And we're going to get our own land. And the Lord said, when you get your own land, that I promise you, man, when you go into the land of Israel, are we done?
Ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest.
And the Lord wants your sacrifices, man. The things that you work hard for, man. The Lord wants you to go, you know what? I work hard for this food, man. The first fruits is your best. And even though you love your first fruits, you know what? I'm going to give it to the Most High, man. The Lord wants to see who you really down with, man. If you're loyal or not, man. The Lord wants to know that you love your car more than him, man. That car that you work hard for, you do overtime for, you do extra hours in, man. Back then, we was mainly farmers. We mainly did that in agriculture. That's why it says this, man. Just like we can pay your tithes, man.
Right.
You ever they hold on 10%, man. That's not even yours. Give it to the Most High, man. The Lord wants to know if you're loyal or not, man. If you're going to give something up for him. And the Lord said he wanted one of our holidays is the first fruits, man. The first fruits was you give your best things to the Most High, man. You're not asking for all of it. Imagine the wife is asking for what, 30%? And the Lord wants 10, man. Imagine your wife is asking for your soul, man. She wants your time. She wakes you up at your sleep. She wants her nails done. She's giving you a headache. What else do woman do? She wants a Valentine's Day gift. And she don't even deserve one. And the Lord's asking for your first fruit just for one day the whole year, you know. You can't give him that, man. You know, you're moaning, yeah, but I don't see why I gotta give the amount of excuses I've heard over the years about the tithes. What's that famous one about tithes? Tithes is fruit and veg. It's corn. And when you say, okay, this was it corn? Listen, tithes is not food, man. Tithes is sacrifice. You know what I mean? You can't even give us food. You can't give us food anyway because you didn't plant that food, man. It's not sacrifice. You didn't work hard for that, man. What you can give us is that money, though.
Right.
Because that's the money you work for. And that's what the Lord wants, man. Anyway, carry on.
And he shall wave the sheep before the Lord to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it, and you shall offer that day when you wave the sheep and he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering.
There you go. We give the Most High a he lamb. That's a sacrifice right there, man. A sacrifice is not what you see on TV, man. The burnt sacrifice. A sacrifice is something you love and you give it up. You know, we don't deal with agriculture no more, so we don't know this. A he lamb is expensive, man. Imagine a male lamb. You know what you can do with a male lamb? Make other male lambs, man.
Right.
You got one male lamb and loads of females. You can breed the whole field with that one male lamb. It's young, it's sperm strong, and the Lord wants you to kill that lamb. Show that. So that means no more lambs for you, and you're willing to make the sacrifice to show, you know what, I'm down for Israel, man. I'm down for the Most High, man. That is what a sacrifice is. Keep going.
And the meat offering thereof shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, an offering made by fire unto the Lord for a sweet savor. And the drink offering thereof shall be of wine, the forepart of an hin.
There you go. And you give the priest your wine, food. That's another cut right there. People say the priest can't drink, man. Christians say that a man of God can't drink, man. But here it said that you sacrifice wine.
Right.
How do you sacrifice wine? Did you pour it on the floor? You give it to the priest, and the priest drinks it, man. We're the I.S.U.P.K. We drink, man. You know why? Because in the Bible, keep reading.
And ye shall eat neither bread nor parched corn.
The Lord said, listen, you can't eat, you can't fill your belly, you can't eat nothing until you do this. That's how important the Lord saw it, man. So you can't eat bread, neither parched corn until you do this, man. Keep reading.
Nor green ears.
No green ears. Keep reading.
Until the self same day.
Until that day, man. Until you do what you're supposed to do, you can't even eat, man. Keep reading.
That ye have brought an offering unto your God. It shall be a statute forever.
And this shall be a statute forever. And we're the I.S.U.P.K. We keep these commandments, man. We keep these feasts, man. The Feast of Trumpets was what? A month ago. Like a month ago. No, was it a month ago?
No.
It was
a week ago.
2 weeks ago, man. 2 weeks ago.
A week ago.
Bro, it's about a week ago, man.
Last Saturday.
Yeah, last Saturday to be precise. And now we're here today on the Lord's Day of Atonement. We keep them days, man. The Christian church don't want to keep these days, but they'll keep Christmas, man.
Right.
They'll keep Valentine's Day, Easter, man. All these things that ain't in the Bible, all these things that don't even make sense, man. Trees don't belong in the house. Bunnies don't lay eggs, man. The woman don't deserve a Valentine's Day gift, man. She don't deserve one, man. So lucky. What the headache she gives, man, in the week. She don't deserve no chocolate, man. She don't deserve no lubes. She don't deserve no lubes, man. She's holding around you, man. What gift does she deserve? What she work for, man? What she done? Keep reading.
And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete, even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath.
There's another holy day, the day of Pentecost, man. Penti means 50. You know what I mean? Like a pentagram, a pentagon. A pentagon has 5 points on it. Penta means 50. And the Lord said you count 7 Sabbaths, man. 7 days in a week. 7 Sabbaths. 7 times 7. 7 times 7 what? You know the math. 49. And he said the morrow after that, that's 50. So 50 days after the Passover was another holiday, which the New Testament calls Pentecost. But the Old Testament calls what, sorry?
The Old Testament calls it first fruits.
First fruits, yeah, come on, keep reading.
Even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall you number 50 days, and you shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord. You shall bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2/10 deals. They shall be of fine flour, they shall be baken with leaven. They are the first fruits unto the Lord. And you shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and 1 young bullock and 2 rams. They shall be for a burnt offering unto the Lord with their meat offering and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire of sweet savour unto the Lord. Then ye shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering.
Done? You make your target, yo.
Yeah, come.
All right, let's get that to the point now. So 28, yeah?
It's about 20. Yeah, 26.
No, sorry.
26 to about 32.
Come on. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, also on the 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement.
It says on the 10th day of the 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. Atonement means what? To be at peace or be at one. Meaning what? So you're doing this day of atonement so you can be at peace and be at one with God. Now, atonement doesn't mean, the day of atonement don't cover for things like what? You knew it was wrong to smoke drugs, and then you smoke drugs anyway. Nah, man. You atone for what? Things you trespasses that you didn't know was a trespass at the time. Go ahead.
It shall be a holy convocation.
A holy convocation. Like, you can't sin willfully and then be like, oh, don't worry, God will forget about it. Day of atonement. Nah, man, it don't work like that, man. Go ahead.
Ye shall afflict your souls.
You shall afflict your souls. And how do you afflict your soul? No food, no drink. Go ahead.
An offering made by fire unto the Most High.
There used to offer an offering, but obviously now we don't do that no more. But now you afflict your souls. We still do that. Go ahead.
And ye shall do no work in that same day.
Which is what I always say, Day of Atonement. Try and book it off. If you can't, try and call in sick because it's a rough day. Go ahead.
For it is a day of atonement.
For it is the Day of Atonement.
To make an atonement for you before the Most High your God.
To make an atonement for you, man, before the Most High. Go ahead.
For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people.
So now, back in the days, if you didn't keep 1 Day of Atonement, if you didn't keep it, you was cut off from amongst your people. So it's very important that now you've been given a second chance, that Yahushua died for you to come back Now that he died for you to come back, which means what? It's only right that you keep the Day of Atonement, man. You make yourself be at peace with God, be at one with God. That's what atonement means. Go ahead.
And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people.
Now, back then, we was governing ourselves. You had the choice whether what? The choice was yours, whether you wanted to what? Obey God and have the day off or whatnot. Nowadays, obviously, you've got a slave master that don't give you the day off. He don't care that you need the day off. If you don't come to work, he's going to sack you, which means what? You can't pay your rent and whatnot. And also, on Day of Atonement, it also tells you in the Bible that what? Put oil on your head and go about it as normal, man. When you're fasting, you ain't got to let the whole world know. You don't have to say to your boss, oh yeah, I'm fasting today. Your boss says you want a biscuit, just say, nah, I'm not hungry. Just say, nah, I'm on a diet. You don't need to say to him, oh, I'm fasting. Don't be like the Muslims that tell the whole world that they're fasting. These Muslims holding their stomach. You see them holding their stomach. Oh, I'm so hungry. I can't wait to eat. We can't be like that, man. It says put oil on your face, meaning what? We need to put oil on our face and continue as normal. You can't be looking all hungry, your lips dry and whatnot. Put oil your lips, man. Go ahead.
It shall be a statute forever.
It shall be a statute forever. Go ahead.
Throughout your generations.
And throughout your generations, man. Throughout your genealogy, from back then all the way down to the great grandkids you're gonna have and their great grandkids. Go ahead.
In all your dwellings, it shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest.
It shall be a Sabbath of rest, man, meaning a day of your slave. Go ahead.
And ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day at even, from even to even.
And from evening to evening, meaning what? Evening to evening, like now, the sun went down about what? 7:30? About half 7, 7:45. About 8 o'clock, I'd say.
Yeah, probably.
About 8 o'clock.
I eat now, yeah.
Yeah, you can't eat now. Like now, we're in the Day of Atonement, meaning what? You would have had to cut off food eating about what, half an hour ago, roughly. So now you can't eat from now till tomorrow's sundown, and that's you afflicting your soul. You don't need to be like them Shia Muslims that afflict themselves, hitting themselves with swords and stabbing themselves. Listen, man, God don't want you to be self-harming, man. People harming themselves. This is what you do. You afflict your soul. No food and no drink. And if you can you listen, Day of Atonement shows that what you can do anything you put your mind to. If you can go without something that you need food and drink to survive. Now, if you can go without that, surely you can go without these hoes that you're chasing every week, man. Surely you can go without this weed, because you see these hoes that you want, you don't need them. This alcohol, you don't need it.
Right.
Drugs, you don't need it.
Right.
But food and drink, you do need it. And if you can go without food and drink, you can go without anything else. Surely if you can go without something that you need, surely you can go without something that you don't need. Go ahead.
Right. In the 9th day of the month at even, from even unto even shall you celebrate your Sabbath.
From even to even shall you celebrate your Sabbath. Go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be a feast of tabernacles.
And then we got the Feast of Tabernacles coming up, where there's a holy convocation at the start of it, and there's a holy convocation at the end of it. Feast of Tabernacles. Go ahead. That on it.
Can't let me get the Matthew 6 to 9 or
go ahead. Which one's that one? Did the prayer?
Yeah, I had a public interview.
It's like how do
I had a public interview. You know what?
it's like how do what?
The public interview.
Oh yeah, go ahead. You sure it's there? I can't remember it being there. It's probably about, try to see if it's about verse 5, verse 6.
Fine. Matthew 6 and 16. Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites.
It says, when you fast, be not as the hypocrites. Meaning what? These hypocrites pray and fast so the whole world can see them, and really they're not doing it for the right reasons, man. They tell you they're doing it because God told them to do, but really they're doing it so they can be seen of men, so men can see them and be like, he's so righteous. Go ahead.
Of a sad countenance.
Of a sad countenance. So what do people do? Put on a sad face and look upset and say, oh, I wish I could eat that food. And they want someone to ask them, so why can't you? They want someone to ask them, oh, why do you look so down? Why do you look so upset? with a sad countenance. Like you can look on their face and they got them puppy eyes and they got water in their eyes like they're ready to cry, holding their stomach, talking about how they can't move and whatnot, talking about I'm fasting. Can I go to the toilet and spit because I can't swallow my spit because I'm fasting and all of this nonsense. Go ahead.
For they disfigure their faces.
For the what?
Disfigure their faces.
They disfigure their faces, man. Their lips will be dry, man. They don't cream their face. Their lips will be dry. Oh yeah, let me tell you something. For Day of Atonement, you can brush your teeth, man. You're allowed to brush your teeth, man. Brush your teeth, man. Rinse out your mouth and spit the water out, man. You brushing your teeth. That's not. You ain't eating toothpaste and you ain't drinking toothpaste, man. Don't be so simple. You're allowed to brush your teeth. Go ahead.
That they may appear unto men to fast.
And they disfigure their face that they may appear unto men to fast. Going out there, lips dry, teeth unbrushed. Go ahead.
Verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
Verily I say unto you, man, they have their reward, man. Well, guess what? The world sees you as okay. You fasting, okay, he's righteous. You see him? Yeah, man, he kept 30 of his fasts, like these Muslims. Yeah, man, he kept all his fasts. You Christians, oh yeah, man, you see him? He fasted for 7 days. Some lunatic said he fasted for 7 days one time, remember? Oh, I fasted for 7 days. Go ahead.
But thou, when thou fastest.
So now, those hypocrites, they've had their reward, man. Their reward is what? Everybody thinking they're so righteous. Everyone thinking this man's close to God. Everyone thinking this man is godly. And this man is great. And this is a man they should follow because he fasted. Go ahead. Even though he cried about it the whole time. Go ahead.
But when thou fastest, anoint thy head and wash thy face.
And he says, when thou fast, anoint thy head and wash thy face, man. Meaning, listen, wash your face, brush your teeth, man. Wash your face, brush your teeth, and put oil on, man. Don't let your lips look dry and cracked and everything, man. Oil them, man. What's the one? Is it lip balm?
Lip balm.
Get some lip balm if you have to, man. Get some lip balm if you have to. Keep it beside you, man. Every time your lips go a little dry, just put some lip balm on. Put oil on your head and appear normal. Don't be slouching in the chair and making everyone ask you what's wrong and you behaving like a baby. Go ahead.
That thou appear not unto men to fast.
That thou appear not unto men to fast, man. Go about your normal day business like what? And don't tell nobody nothing, man. Nobody needs to know that you're fasting. Someone offers something saying, nah, I'm not hungry. Go ahead. Now, obviously, if it's an Israelite, you can tell them about the Day of Atonement. But if it's just some damn heathen at your job, just say, nah, I'm not hungry. Go ahead.
But unto thy Father which is in secret.
But you fast unto your Father which is in secret, man. Go ahead.
And thy Father which is in secret shall reward thee.
And if you just be humble, man, and you fast in secret and don't do it because you want to look righteous unto men, don't do it because you want all these men that couldn't give a damn about you to think you're righteous. Do it in secret, man. And the Lord will reward you openly, man. The Lord will reward you openly. Like how us in the UPK is rewarded openly, man. Go ahead. That's it on that. Yeah, and with that, that brings us to the end of the Sabbath service. So we're in the Day of Atonement right now. No food and drink till tomorrow, sundown.
You'll run down as well about medication.
And also, if you're on medication, you're allowed to take your medication. Obviously, don't be simple thinking, oh, you know, you're about to die and whatnot. You're allowed to take your medication if you're on medication. Don't be don't listen to these fake Israelite groups which should have you kill yourself. Which should have you kill yourself. You're allowed to take your medication, man. You're just not allowed to be ordering pizzas, eating fast food, eating whatnot, drinking beer, drinking anything. There's no drinking, no eating. That's how you afflict your souls. You don't have to sit in the dark, and you don't have to not watch TV. People think what afflicting their soul means they can't do nothing. Means they can't think. It don't mean that, man. It just means no food and no drink. That's what it is, man. Nothing more, nothing less. And then that's it.
Children as well.
And children as well. Obviously, children, you're not gonna make your kids keep the Day of Atonement. Obviously, the babies, what you're gonna do, starve them and what social services come and take them off you. No, man. Obviously, your child, if you would know if your child's old enough to keep the Day of Atonement, you would know if your child's old enough. But if they're young, obviously, you feed your children as normal. You just don't be taking a bite of their food. That's it. You feed them as normal because they're young and the babies, and they don't even know what they're atoning for. They just think you're just starving them for no reason. So obviously, feed your babies and your kids. But you, someone who knows about all of this, you have to fast. The Lord said, you can't eat and you can't drink. So till tomorrow, sundown, no food and no drink. And also, if it helps, put a note on your fridge. Put a note on your fridge, because sometimes you often go to the fridge, open the fridge, and then you forget. Even for a glass of water, you open the fridge and be like, oh yes, Day of Atonement. So just put a note on everything so you remember. Don't keep no drinks and no biscuits in your bedroom, because what will happen is you'll wake up in the night, you'll forget, and before you know it, you'll be eating. So put everything in the kitchen, put notes on everything. Make sure you see the note on everything so you don't break the Day of Atonement. Anything else you want to add?
With that in mind, pray again. So you do, yeah? Pray again. No, sorry. Rise face to east. And the Most High's prayer. Abanawa. Ba Shemayim. Kodash. Haya. Shamka. Yahweh. Malak Pavka. Saba'ah. Ratazaka. Haya. Aisha. Ba'arataza. Kawa. Haya. Ba Shemayim. Lafananawa. Lakam. Cow. Yawam. Wasalakanawa. Kabawafnawa. Kasalakanawa. Kabawafinawa. Wala'ah. Sabaya'ainawa. Banasaya one. Abal. Hawashainawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Wahakapara. La'ay Walamya. Amen.
In English, our Father,
art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
In earth,
as
it is in heaven. Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread,
Forgive us our debts.
and forgive us our debt
We forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors,
And lead us not
and lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation,
But deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the
And
kingdom
the power.
and the power
And the glory.
and the glory
Forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. Salakia. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh.
Baba Kashar.
Barakah.
Lafaninawa.
Barakah.
Haka.
Barakah.
Haka.
Barakah.
Lara Pa'a.
Barakah.
Kal Mahla.
Barakah.
Wakal Madawa.
Barakah.
Haka.
Barakah.
Lataha.
Barakah.
Hamatazarayim.
Barakah.
Haka.
Barakah.
Lahakuyam.
Barakah.
Hamafyam.
Mafia.
Haka.
Barakah.
Arakawaf.
Barakah.
Hatama Allah. Lagara Shan.
Barakah.
Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh.
The water Aman.
In the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
The name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh
Please
Shai.
give us the power.
Please give us the power
To heal.
to
All
heal
manner of sickness.
all manner of
All
sickness
manner of disease.
and all manner of
Power
disease.
to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the
Power
dead.
against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
Cast them out.
To cast them
In
out.
the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Slakia. And the blessings. Barakatah Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh.
Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Allah Hayam. Mata Zabiyah. Allah Wap Yahanna. Ha Allah Wapyam. Ha Saranyam. Ha Kwatazayanyam. Ha Kalayayam. Wa Akwafyam. Yahweh. Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai. The water Aman.
In the English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahanna.
Commanding General Yahanna.
Generals.
The generals.
Captains.
The captains.
Officers.
The officers.
Troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. And this is Psalms 121. Asha Ayanya.
Ashia, Ayana.
Al Hahayim.
Ahahayim.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'a.
Yaba'a.
Isaiah. Isaiah. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim. Wa'arataza. Al Yathan. Lamawat. Regalka. Al Yanawam. Shamaka. Hanala'a. Yanawam. Wala'a. Yayashan. Shawama. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shamaka. Yahweh. Tazalka. Al Yad. Yamyanka. Yawamam. Hashamash. La'ayakayaka. Wayarak. Balayala. Yahweh. Yashamaka. Makao Rai. Yashama. Afna Pashka. Yahweh. Yashama. Taza Afka. Wabawa Aika. Ma'aitha. I Walam. Amen.
In the English, I will lift my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
Whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my
My
help?
help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from
Who
Yahweh,
made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and
He will
earth.
not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth
will
thee
not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber
nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is the shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve
from
thee
all evil.
from all
He shall
evil.
preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going
and
out
thy coming in
and thy coming
from
in
this time forth.
from this time forth
Even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
So
Amen. Psalms 83. Alahayim.
Allah,
Al Damiyalaka.
Allah, Allah,
Al Takarash.
Al-Fakarash,
Wa Al Tashakwat.
Al-Fashafat,
Al Kayahana.
Al-Kayahana,
Awab Yaka.
Al-Wabika,
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yuwan,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Al-Maka.
Al-Mukah,
Ya Ayaramwa.
Ayaramra,
Sawada.
Sawada,
Wayata.
Wayafa,
Yawa Aitazawa.
Yawa Aitazawa,
Al Tazapuwanka.
Al-Tazawa,
Amawa.
Amawa,
Lakawa.
Lakawa,
Wanyakakidam.
Wayakakidam,
Magaya.
Magalia,
Wala'a.
Wala'a,
Yazaka.
Yazaka,
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yasha'ala,
Awada.
Awada,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nawa Aitazawa.
Yawa Aitazawa,
Laba.
Laba,
Lakadwa.
Lakadwa,
Al Yaka.
Al-Yaka,
Bayaf.
Fa'aya,
Yakawaf.
Yakawaf,
Alahaya.
Al-Haya,
Adawam.
Adawam,
Ya. Wa Yasha Alayam.
Wayasha'alayim,
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba,
Wahagayam.
Wahagayim,
Gabal.
Gabal,
Wa Imawan.
Wa'aymawan,
Wa Imalak.
Wa'aymalak,
Palishaf.
Palishaf,
Imishabya.
Aymishabya,
Tazawa.
Zuwa,
Gam Ashawa.
Gam Ashawa,
Nalawa.
Malawa,
Imam.
Aymam,
Hayawa.
Hayawa,
Zarawai.
Zarawai,
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat,
Salah.
Salah,
Aishalaham.
Aishalahum,
Kamadian.
Madyan,
Kasaya Sarah.
Sayaw, Ruwa,
Kayabyan.
Kayabyam,
Banakal.
Manakal,
Koyashwan.
Yashwan,
Nashamadwa.
Ashamadwa,
Bayandara.
Bayandara,
Hayawa.
Hayawa,
Daman.
Daman,
Lada Amar.
Lada, Amar,
Shayatamwa.
Shayafamwa,
Najar Yabmawa.
Nidar, Nadjuwa,
Ka'ira.
Ka'ayab,
Wakazaba.
Wakazabah,
Wakataza.
Wakatazah,
Wakazabak.
Wakazabah,
Manai.
Munai,
Kauna Sayakamwa.
Nasayikamwa,
Asha.
Ashar,
Amawa.
Amawa,
Nairasha.
Nairashah,
Lanawa.
Lanawa,
Af.
Af,
Naawaf.
Ma'awah,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa.
Shayafamwa,
Kagalgala.
Yala,
Kakwash.
Wakwash,
Lapanya Raka.
Panyaraka,
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash,
Taba'aya Yira.
Taba'aya Ra'ah,
Wakalaba.
Wakalawah,
Talahat.
Wakalaha,
Hayam.
Ayam,
Kantaradapma.
Kanfaradakma,
Basa Iraka.
Masa'irika,
Wabasa.
Wabasa,
Wapafka.
Pafka,
Sabalaham.
Wabalam,
Malaha.
Malaha,
Panyaham.
Panyam,
Kwalawan.
Palawan,
Wayaba Kwashwa.
Wayab Pasha,
Shamka.
Shamka,
Yahawa.
Yahawa,
Yabashwa.
Bashwa,
Wayaba Awa.
Wayab Awa,
Aidi Aid. Wayakapawa.
Wayabawa,
Waya Abadwa.
Wayabadwa,
Wayada Aiwa.
Wayab
Kaya Ata.
Aywa,
Shamka.
Shamka,
Yahawa.
Yahawa,
Labadka.
Badka,
Ayawan.
Aliwam,
Alkaha.
Akaha,
Arataza.
Arataza,
Aman.
Amen.
Slack ya. Hold that.
In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh,
Keep not thy silence, O
hold
Yahweh,
not thy peace,
and hold not thy
and
peace,
be not thou still, O Yahweh,
and be not still, O
for
Yahweh.
lo thine enemies make it tumult,
For lo thine enemies make it
and
tumult,
they that hate thee
and they that hate
have
thee
lifted up the head,
have lifted up the
they
head.
have taken crafty counsel
They
against
have,
thy people,
they have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
consulted against thy hidden ones,
and have consulted against thy hidden
they
ones.
have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off,
and let us cut them
from
off
being a nation,
from being a nation,
that the name of Israel
that the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more in
They
remembrance.
have consulted together with one consent,
They have consulted together with one
they are
consent.
confederate against thee,
They are confederate against
the
thee,
tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom,
the Ishmaelites of
and
Moab,
the Ishmaelites of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gog,
Gabal,
Ammon,
and Ammon,
Amalek,
and Amalek,
Philistines,
the Philistines,
the inhabitants of Tyre,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Asher also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope for the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them,
do unto
as
them,
unto the
as
Midianites,
unto the
as
Midianites,
to Sarah,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kisan,
at the brook of Kisan,
which perished at Endor,
which perished at
they
Endor.
became as dung for the earth.
They became a dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Arab,
Make their nobles like Oreb,
like Zayed,
and like Zayeb, yea,
all their princes,
all their
as
princes,
Zubar,
as Zubar,
as Zalmunah,
and as Zalmunah,
who
who
said,
said,
let us take to ourselves
Let us take to
the
ourselves
house of Yahweh,
the houses of Yahweh
possession,
in possession.
all my power,
O my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as a stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth for wood,
as a fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on
so
fire.
persecute them with thy tempest,
So persecute them with thy tempest,
and make them afraid with thy storm,
and make them afraid with thy storm.
fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek the name
that they may seek thy name,
of Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded,
Let them be confounded
troubled,
and troubled
forever,
forever.
yea,
That, second?
Yea, let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame
And perish.
that
men may know.
That men may know
that
thou
whose name alone.
Is
Yahweh.
Are
the Most High.
Are the Most High.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth. So be it.
Blessed you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
The name of Yahweh.
The name of Yahweh.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now. Some evils.
And curses.
Punishment.
And destruction.
To the heathen.
That
speak against
us. Thy prophets.
The
teachers.
The princes.
The priests.
The
Israelite brothers.
And the schools.
And evils.
And
curses.
And
punishment. And destruction.
To the
heathen. And shake loose.
The treasure.
Of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school. Force their riches. To enter into thy sanctuary.
And evils.
And
curses.
Punishment.
And punishment. And destruction. To the Edomites.
And the nations.
And
the drug dealers.
The court system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies. Roman Catholic Church. The Pope. Islam. Christianity. Egyptology. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinheads. Pastor Komatazi. The gay movement. The lesbian movement. Spies. Workers of witchcraft. NASA space program. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marines. Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airways. The cable access channels. And the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh shine. Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathen that come up against us. As we speak thy word, call it to be known by all that is the angels that have done it. Call it to be spread to the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. Always. So be it. When to bless Israel. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Barak Yahweh. YAHANNA. Wahabayah. Sapayim. Barak Rapah. Magan Hagan. Marcia. Aiden.
Or Israel.
It's like, you should pray for anyone. It's like,
Sis, is there anyone you want to pray for? You just say their name. And
that's good, yeah? Sophia and Zara. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The word of Aman. And what with the symbols, Lord, in the name of Jesus, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless your shield. Protect our loved ones. In the name of Jesus, thank you. And so be it. And that's the class. I'm about to think for Russia once. Check